Hi, I'm josephrlewis, and I write adventures. And today I'd like to talk about the subject of GM prep, because lots of people have opinions about it, and it does affect us as adventure writers. So let's talk about GM prep. So what is GM prep? It can be a lot of things for a lot of different people. Basically, it's any work that the GM has to do between sessions, or chooses to do. It's the work that we do to prepare for the coming session. So it's all the stuff that we do on our own that our players never see, and that can include lots of different things. It can be rolling up random encounters ahead of time, looking up stats for monsters, drawing maps, writing dialogue prompts, inventing magic items, and it can also include reviewing a published adventure that we've bought that we want to run. Everyone has different feelings about GM prep. Some people really love it. It's a private creative time when they get to do D&D things on their own, which I really appreciate. As a writer, I spend lots of time doing creative D&D things on my own. I completely understand that. But as a GM who's about to run a game every week, I hate GM prep. So let's talk about why. I don't like standard GM prep where every week I have to sit down and think about what's going to happen next week. Either I am writing an adventure that I've already written out ahead of time and I know what's going to happen, or I'm playing an adventure that I bought, that someone else has written, so I already know, again, what's going to happen, and I don't need to think about it between sessions. I don't need to invent what's about to happen next, usually. Right now, I actually am running a sandbox campaign in my weekly Thursday night game, so I don't know what's going to happen week to week, but I try to minimize my prep work as much as possible. I do roll on random tables beforehand, try to minimize that to keep that to under 30 minutes, and then I do roll on tables during the game itself. So it's fun that I get to experience what's going to happen ahead of time or in real time. But I don't like to sit and agonize and think and try to really claw ideas out of my brain every week to figure out what's going to happen next. What am I going to do? What do I need to prepare? That feels like work and it feels like stress to me. And I know people love it and enjoy it. Some of you, that's great for you. It does not work for me. So again, we have different opinions, different feelings, and that's fine. But let's bring this back to published adventures and writing adventures, written adventures, the things that we create, or at least that I create, and hopefully that you are creating as well. When I buy an adventure to run, my intent, my hope, is that I'm buying a product which is full of good ideas that will create good experiences at the table, but I'm also hoping that it's well designed and written and presented so that it makes my job as the GM easier. I'm not looking to buy work. I can do work on my own. We all can do work on our own. My hope is that by running a pre-written, pre-planned, pre-published adventure, that the work has been done for me. And when I have one of these adventures, my hope is that I just need to skim over it, read over it once, get a sense of the plot and the NPCs, and what the factions are doing and how they feel about each other. It should take, hopefully, less than 30 minutes for me to skim over something, get a sense of it, and then be ready to run it at the table that night. But not all adventures are written that way, and some of them are very dense and complex. And sometimes GMs need to spend a lot of time doing GM prep. They need to go through, read everything in detail, take their own detailed notes, go through with a highlighter and try to pluck out what's important and figure out what they want to use, what they want to discard, what they need to change. I find that baffling. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be given something essentially broken that I need to fix. If I'm going to do the work, I want to do it from scratch. And if someone else is going to do the work, I hope it's done so I don't have to do any work. That's my feeling about this little interaction between the writer or the publisher and the GM. Personally, for me, if I buy an adventure or I obtain a pre-written adventure and I can't just run it off the cuff, more or less, run it off the page with as little prep as possible, it feels like a sign to me that something has gone wrong. For instance, if you bought a car and you couldn't drive it until you'd opened the hood and taken lots of notes about how all the wiring was set up, you would think something was wrong with that car. That's not normal. That's not desirable. And that's the way I feel about adventures. They should be able to run right off the lot. I shouldn't have to open them up, take them apart, and figure out how they work before I can use them. So my message or my lesson for adventure writers is to think about this relationship that you have with the GM and this idea of where the work is happening. You're relaxed, you're at your writing table or your computer, and you have all the time and energy that you need to think of great ideas and pull them together and make a great product. Hopefully, you're doing that work now, and it's very coherent and it's well done, so that then the GM can do less work and have more fun at the table. I think that's where the relationship should be. We should be doing the work in the writing so we can have fun at the table. A good adventure, whatever type of adventure it may be, should be clearly written and clearly presented. Because remember, we're just communicating information to a GM so they can run the game. We aren't running the game, we're not at the table, we're not talking to the players, we are only communicating with the GM, and it's our job to support them running their game. And you can do this in many different ways. You can do this with your read aloud text, with your random encounter tables, with dialogue prompts. You can create other reference lists, checklists, timers, tables, direct notes to the GM that said, note to the GM, if you see this, do this. If this happens, maybe in playtesting, I saw that happen. Anything that you think is helpful to the GM, go ahead and put it in there. Rarely do people complain that they had too much help or too many tools in order to make their lives easier. I personally think it's a sign of success when your adventure means the GM spends as little time as possible prepping. If they are able to say, hey, I picked this up and I ran it that night, I only skimmed over it, I only had like 10 minutes before the game started, and it went great. I think that's great feedback. If you have done your job well, I think as a writer, both writing and preparing and presenting your material, and then the GM can just take it and run with it and have a great time, I think that means you've done a great job as a writer. How do you make sure you've done a good enough job? How do you know that you've written well enough or clearly enough? And short of interacting with other people and having them read your work, what you need to do is learn how to be critical of your own writing, how to be a good editor of your own writing. And this is very difficult. It's very tricky. It's hard to distance yourself or switch hats in these roles. But I think it's a very important skill in any endeavor to be able to look at your own work critically, to really want to tear apart where are the problems in this, where are the gaps, where are the holes that I need to fix. You need to briefly stop being in love with your own thing and look for reasons to pull it apart and tear it apart and fix it. If you can do that, if you can switch between the writer who loves it and the editor who's looking for problems, very honestly, you will create a much better product. You'll be proud of it in the end. People will appreciate it more. They will see the effort that went into it. And I think everyone's going to have a great time. So those are my thoughts on GM prep. I don't like doing it, and I want my adventures to free GMs up from having to do that work so that they can have more fun at the table. I think we should all try to be the GM's friend and their partner in having a great game night, and it should be that simple. Just do the work now when you have the time and the energy to focus so the GM can have fun at the table. And that's my thoughts for today, so good luck out there.